Good evening, Westwood, and welcome to Flay High Field for a TVL matchup between the visiting Dover-Sherborn Raiders and your Westwood Wolverines. And folks, joined as always, Evan Cardamino on camera. We have a very special guest returning for the 2026 season, coming from Syracuse University, Max Pollock. And I'm Morgan Donahue. Max, how are we doing? Welcome back.
Thanks, Morgan. Doing great. Beautiful weather out here. Perfect day for a lacrosse game. That's whenever it's sunny and 65. Yes. Always a lacrosse game going on.
An outdoor lacrosse game. You've seen a bunch in the Dome, which, very helpful come those February starts, which discussion for another time. Hopefully someday we see the March start and the late May finish.
Maybe one day, but for right now, the Dome is a perfect place for some good lacrosse. Always a good atmosphere in there.
They've done basketball in there. They've done, obviously, football as well, historic. But tonight, folks, we have a big-time TVL game. The Dover-Sherborn Raiders, always a tough team in the Tri-Valley League, and the Wolverines, I believe 11-2 right now, Evan? Evan is my go-to when it comes to the record. 11-2. Already qualified for the state tournament after the win versus Needham, which was a fantastic win. A win versus a team 2 years ago that came off a state championship game versus St. John's Prep, no less. And then big win the other day, beating Medway, which there was a milestone in that game. Will Stuhler scoring his 100th point as a Westwood High School lacrosse player, the third of the season, setting the stage for tonight. There's the possibility of a fourth Westwood Wolverine collecting their 100th career point today, and Will Sesselman. He is 3 points shy of that, so a lot of things on the line today. Most importantly, a big win, but really it would be really cool to see number 16 for the Wolverines collect that number 100.
Yeah, it's a huge milestone for any player, but especially being the fourth player on the team this year to reach that milestone. That's 400 points between four separate players.
Absolutely. I mean, where else are you going to find that? And three of them are juniors.
Yeah.
Three of them are juniors. And the Wolverines, right off the bat, get a win on the draw as Bama sends it back, and Air Liam Williams there to scoop it. And a nice quick win for the Wolverines as, they had a tough streak versus in the Chowder Cup of face-offs. And it was a tough start the other night versus Needham, but they figured it out when it mattered the most, the second half. And, they went on a streak, and they did it the old-fashioned way, just some grit, roll up the sleeves and win some battles. And, it's been something that's greatly improved and been a factor. As coming in is Humphrey with the shot, the freshman, and a save by the Dover-Sherborn goalie. So, Max, keep an eye on Humphrey. He's a freshman, did not start the season on varsity, but has been on the varsity team the last 4 or 5 games and has been a 1 to 2 goal a game kind of kid already.
That was a great look as well. Goalie just made a great save right in the slot. So coming down the middle here.
That's a shot.
He scores.
That's a score. Number 5 for Dover-Sherborn. Nice shot. Able to put that under the bar and get the first one in the game and put Dover-Sherborn up 1-0.
Yeah, it's just I guess a defensive miscommunication there. It looked like the slide was a little bit late. Well-placed shot just below the crossbar. Can't do anything about that, but got to bounce back here. Starts with the face-off.
Yep. That was a great shot. Dover-Sherborn, as we mentioned, a great team. I remember a couple years ago when you were playing Max, they picked off Medfield.
Oh, yeah.
That's tough to do. I mean, I think that's the last time Medfield's been picked off in the TVL.
Yeah, Medfield's always been a great team, but DS is another one of those teams where you got to worry about them if they're on your schedule.
But one of them, DS has had a tough time versus your Westwood Wolverines. CJ Hancock made that look easy, knocked the ball loose, picked the pocket. Wolverines going the other way, dishes it off to Greg Walsh. He's been a CTO machine this year. The Medway game, he had 5 caused turnovers, and he had some timely ones in the Needham game down the stretch. The Needham game, it was 3 minutes left in the game. Needham had the ball in their stick for the final 3 minutes, and Wolverines kept them off the scoreboard. It's incredible.
Yeah, they say defense is the best offense. If you continue to lock down on defense and they can't score, that turns into offense, and that turns into points where they can't get back because you're locking them down on defense.
It was incredible. Walsh trying to cut in, gonna go lefty with the low shot. He scores. Love that angle. He went low. The bounce shot kept the bounce low too. Max, how important are not only bounce shots, but the low bounce shots were harder to predict?
You know what? My dad, when he was coaching me in youth, said always bounce the ball because the goalie doesn't know where it's going to go.
Yep.
It's different on turf, more predictable bounces, but that one right there, you can't do anything about. Low shot, opposite stick.
Yeah.
Can't do anything about that. Great shot.
High IQ play, and one of the best to do it is Will Stuhler, and I asked Coach Todd Zaherk about it, and he says he actually puts spin on it. So not only when he's trying to shoot it low, he'll put a little spin to keep it low. Bama, big win off the draw, but his gets de-twigged, ball knocked loose, picked up by Dover-Sherborn. So Dover-Sherborn able to, picked off by, looked like Morrischell. No, Ryan Owens. Ryan Owens with the interception and gives it to the Wolverines going the other way. Ryan Owens has been an incredible defensive player this year for the Wolverines, and in my opinion, one of the tops in the TVL, right up there with Ryan Williams.
Good dodge there.
Yep. Pass inside. Blaney catches one hand. He's going to shoot. Saved by the DS goaltender. He's going to pick it up. He's out of the crease, so the Wolverines trying to put some pressure. Blaney one-on-one with him. He'll force a pass on the near side. DS going up the middle. Westwood making it a little difficult. Cochran crosses. Hancock trying to close in behind as DS going to work it in. They get the touch.
DS looks like they want to slow it down.
Yeah.
Just get recuperated, especially after that turnover
Yeah.
where they could have had that possession.
Yeah, a little strategic. DS, you know, with teams like this, you don't know what the depth is like. So, you know, if you don't have that, the thirds or the fourths that can kind of get in there and give you a breather, you do need to slow that pace down.
Yep.
There's a shot, hit a body.
Might have
It's
hit.
going to go out of bounds. We'll stay with DS.
In front.
Back in play, Hancock. Looking to get the bottom of the stick. You force a pass behind the net. That ball gets knocked loose, and Pollock able to get a stick on it in the crease. So turnover caused by the Wolverines, and they'll look to break it out.
Sun there. Sun's bad.
Kept in, though.
Good play by Ryan Williams there.
How about the pickup, though, by Morrischell? That was not an easy one, and then DS able to knock it loose. It was flung, though, by Morrischell across the 50 and scooped by DS.
Really good defensive game so far. A lot of caused turnovers.
Tactical.
And that's what you want to see. I mean, if the offense can't get going, defense got to step up, and right now they're doing a good job of that. 1-1 game.
Here comes Owens. Owens been, as we mentioned, so good. That's a shot, and that is a big-time save by Pollock. He made that one look easy. He made a tough save look like a muffin.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Long stick to long stick. That was Owens to Hancock, a couple buddies in the maze. And Fengler walking in. He's going to pass down low. That's held by Cochran, looking to change the angle. Holds on it. As the Wolverines will change out some personnel. Liam Williams checking in up top. Coming on the field, Will Sesselman. Got a couple big-time goal scorers. Keep an eye on Sesselman. As we mentioned, 3 points away from the centennial mark.
You think he's thinking about it right now?
I think he's thinking about his normal game routine. And you know what? Part of his game routine is scoring goals and also assisting on them. So I'm sure part of it is coming up in his head, but he just wants to go out there and do the things that they need to do to win. As that was a skip pass. Goes to the long stick D, and he'll go up to the midfielder up top. Walsh all over him, trying to push him out of bounds. He is all over him. That's a heck of a job by number 2 to keep the ball in the stick.
Yeah, Westwood's clear defense looks really good right now. Just the ability, they're slowing down their fast breaks.
It's like a NHL playoff game where, you know, it's the war of attrition. They're just making it really, really difficult by the fourth quarter. These guys are going to be exhausted. And there's another great one. Pollock looking upfield. What a pass. That was like Drake May to Hunter Henry right there up the seam. That is one of the strengths for the Wolverines is Jaden has a fantastic clear pass. You know, has that always been the case, or is that something that, you know, more particularly he worked on over the most recent offseason?
You know, he started playing attack,
Yeah.
so naturally he's gonna have slick hands. But throwing with a goalie stick is so difficult.
Totally.
I remember at the beginning when he first switched over, it was tough because the short passes you can learn pretty quickly, but the long passes they differ, and the guys are gonna be moving. So I would say he worked on that a lot, especially in practice.
Yeah.
Westwood runs a lot of clearing drills.
Yeah. Calling them like
to just help them.
Monkey passes or something, or there was some kind of term they were using for the defensive clear passes. And it's not just like, hey, a 30-yard pass. They're talking about, who's open, how do you gain ground, moving the ball up the field, but most importantly, how do you make sure that it's in Westwood stick and Westwood stick only?
Yeah, and stretch passes are so important, especially you can flip the game, especially on an insane save, make a great save there.
Oh, Walsh able to knock the ball loose. Ball loose, picked up by Walsh. How about that? Greg Walsh knocked it loose, picked it up himself. And he is someone who's not gotten enough credit. We talk about him. He's a great goal scorer, but he is probably the most complete player in the Tri-Valley League, doing it on all areas of the field. And that's a little miscommunication there by the Wolverines. Ball got loose from Cochran, goes out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover and a Dover-Sherborn ball.
Slow start so far, but it's really because of the goaltending. We've seen some great saves on both sides. A lot of good defense as well.
Dover-Sherborn goalie went out about 35 yards to make that pass. We've seen quick turnovers and, a couple lobs in the net. We do have a whistle. What's this? Offside. Offside will be a Westwood ball. So Hancock's going to hand it off to Sesselman. And I think the official wants a reset.
Yeah.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it on my terms. He's going to start.
They're starting to. Yep.
So Will Sess will put the Fitbit on, and he's going to start it from the 35. And he'll up to, looks like Liam Williams.
Made that look easy.
He did. No pressure, right? Coming on the sideline,
That's just a strategic play there. Having Liam come out of the box there.
A little taxi action.
Made it easy.
Yeah.
Now they got possession, slowing it down definitely. Trying to understand this defense.
Liam Williams up top. Sesselman looking. He's looking for the top corner. Had some zip on that one. This is the time of year where really starting to see those high shots go in. Early on in the year where it's cold and a little thicker air. Easy, that's what goalies want to see, are those high shots. Now it's where you've really seen that zip coming off the stick. Cochran with the shot, saved by the goaltender, but O'Brien with the second attempt, save again. My goodness, what a back-to-back save sequence by the Dover-Sherborn goaltender, and he caught it clean. That ball gets away. Liam Williams on the spot. He's able to bring it right back into 30. So, just when you think momentum's shifting, goes into Dover-Sherborn's way with two massive saves. Westwood gets the key turnover to start it, basically right back up as if nothing happened after the save.
Yeah, goalie's keeping in the game right now. Good 3 or 4 shots, well placed. Made great saves on.
Him opening up the hips. Cochran looking for some space. Pass it up top. Sesselman going to give it a look. He's a little swim move, goes lefty, bounce, and another big save by the Dover-Sherborn goalie.
He's seen it like a beach ball right now. He's making some great saves on tough looks.
That was a mid-bounce, too, where it was a mid-level height. But a great look, then another turnover.
Failed clear.
Yeah. So Westwood's pressure has certainly been a factor thus far in keeping them buzzing. But they're looking to cash in on these opportunities with some goals. Only one to account for off the stick of Greg Walsh.
Yeah, they're definitely slowing it down here. They're waiting for the right shot. The goalie's seeing the ball too well to be shooting these 15-yard step downs.
Oh, nice look inside. Cochran shot off the crossbar. Off the crossbar with some pace. And Ryan Owens, great job to keep that ball in front to allow for Greg Walsh to pick it up.
That was a great play there by Westwood. Just another great save.
How about the zip?
Off the crossbar.
That shot off the crossbar made it all the way to the 50. That's when you know it had some zip on it. And probably would have made its way another 20 yards if Owens didn't stop it. Shot again. Another save. Another save by the Dover-Sherborn goaltender. I don't have the roster, so unfortunately I can't give any props right now, but
he's keeping him in the game.
He's been all world right now. He's going to look
long
for the
stretch
pass. Hancock there. Hancock picks it off. Hancock all over that. It is difficult to do with a long stick, especially when it's about 10, 12 feet over your head. And he had to jump up for that, too.
Oh, yeah.
something like Don Varner, and I'm seeing him catch these passes, free balls in the air, where how do you even have the depth perception? It's not like the stick is an extension of your hands, but it seems like it with guys like that.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Sesselman,
good shot
were they
there.
back there? I don't know if they were. It's going to be no. Dover-Sherborn ball. So would you consider that an error for the Wolverines, not having a guy there ready for a missed shot?
I'd say in that sense, yes, because it was definitely a quicker possession, and if you're going to shoot it, you got to make sure there's going to be backup, especially in a close game like this where one goal is going to make the difference.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it an error, but definitely something they have to fix in order to win this game.
I think Will Stuhler's typically the guy who's in that position. He's not out there right now.
Nope.
So he's getting a breather, but he's the one that is so good at that. He's so good at keeping Westwood in position with the ball to keep the ball to remain having the ball, and that's a big play. A couple Wolverine defenders on the collision. Ball is still loose on the ground. Hancock tried to knock it loose. That shot saved by Pollock. Caught a piece of that, went vertical.
They call that one a changeup. That came in really slow.
Did, yeah.
Looked like it had a lot of spin on it, bouncing as well. It's a tough save to make. Great save.
Massive save by Pollock, and we get a timeout called. I'm not sure who called it. No, it's the end of the quarter. So that is the end of the first quarter, 1-1. You don't find too many games with a 1-1 end of first quarter. But we'll take a quick break. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Lacrosse.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, 1-1 after the first quarter. Greg Walsh with the lone goal for the Wolverines.
Yes, I wouldn't even say slow start.
No,
Just very back and forth lacrosse.
been action-packed. A lot of turnovers, but they're not been sloppy turnovers. Some of them have been, but most of them have been, some good physical play.
Yeah, DS's possessions are really coming off of the saves. And Westwood's possessions are coming off DS's failed clears after the saves.
Yeah.
So Westwood, if they capitalize on those turnovers, they're going to start putting up goals.
And a shotgun formation win by Bema. We've been seeing that a lot as Walsh takes the hit, able to keep it in the pocket. Walsh downhill. Hancock sends it over to Cochran. Back up to Hancock. Hancock going to settle it to Liam Williams, and he'll head off to allow Sesselman to come on.
Unselfish play there by Cochran.
Yeah.
Had the angle. Maybe saw a lane that maybe closed. Made the smart decision to slow it down.
This is the time of year, and we saw it last year, Max, where last year we had a lot of goal scorers on the Wolverines, right?
Yep.
And they all wanted their looks throughout the season. But when it came down to the playoffs, they all put their egos to the side and went for the right look.
Yep.
And that's
how you win lacrosse games.
No question about it. There's a pass inside. Humphrey catches it, actually got knocked loose, and Dover-Sherborn comes away with the turnover. So it looked like Humphrey got handcuffed there in traffic. Dover-Sherborn coming away with it. They get the touch. Nothing guaranteed when you got Greg Walsh on you. He's not going to give you any ounce. He's going to give you a yard or an ounce.
Westwood's defense, they're playing really well right now.
Yeah.
DS hasn't had many good looks besides that goal.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they do a good job of keeping the shooters to the outside, where Jaden Pollock's going to save any shot that comes outside, 15 yards. When he's got eyes on it, it's nothing. even the bouncers. We saw that change-up bouncer, and he was able to make that adjustment.
Just the nick of the stick there.
Just
Got
enough.
it.
That's all that matters. Yes, looking to work in. No one there. Wolverines on a good slide. Some really good communication out there. Some help from Declan Murphy. He's been getting better and better each game. We've seen him on the wing as well, but really helpful with the long stick. His brother Mike Murphy as well. Ryan Williams causing a ruckus there and forces an errant pass. Turnover, Westwood ball.
These possessions might be a little longer than Westwood's, but they're not getting good quality
Nowhere to
shots.
go.
There was no shots on that possession.
No. Cause turnovers, and that's the thing. Cause turnovers can happen in many fashions. And, errant pass because you got Ryan Williams, who's giving you nowhere to go, but also forcing you to get rid of that ball because he's going to come and get it from you. That's a nice clean pass. Ryan Owens to Liam Williams. Right back into the offensive zone go the Wolverines. Will Stuhler back out there. Keep an eye on him. He's set up back in that X position. Mr. 100, the newest crowned Mr. 100, the third one in the season for the Wolverines. Here's another 100 guy, Walls, inside to Williams. Shot and a save. So another impressive save to add to the tally for the Dover-Sherborn goaltender.
I think we're going to start seeing Westwood look for
The bounce.
Look for quick cuts about 5 yards in front of the net because goalie's seeing the ball really well right now. And the high-to-high 15-yard step downs don't seem to be working. Oh, another turnover.
Hancock catches it, but it was a turnover before that. It looks like CJ's trying to do like girls lacrosse where you can just
start running.
Yeah, start running. You don't have to wait. But the whistle happened before that.
Wonder what the call was.
They're going to bring it. It looked like it was a turnover because of the time. Was it 20 seconds or so?
Was that failure to advance?
Yeah, and that was too long. So they're going to keep that ball down where the goaltender had it.
It's another great ride by Westwood.
I mean, it's just beautiful game. The production, the scoreboard doesn't show it the way that one would think, and that is a rocket by Liam Williams. My goodness, a frozen rope to the back of the net, and that puts the Wolverines up 2-1.
Yeah, his hands got free, and as soon as his hands got free, you could tell he's going for that top left corner, and he stung it.
So Liam Williams going to attend Indiana University, but folks, he did have looks. Colleges were looking at him. Colleges were interested in him, and you know what? He wanted to have the experience at Indiana University, and good for him, as he should. But he was a kid that could play probably at any school that he would be interested in playing at. But that is an exceptional talent right there. One of the best players we've seen come through in the last several years here at Westwood High. The impressiveness with him is that righty shot, he could do the same shooting
Same with the left.
Yep. Makes me think of that Marshfield game where Marshfield kept saying right. They're trying to tell their players, what the strong hand was. He goes
Doesn't
lefty,
work for some
goes
people.
about 90 miles an hour under the bar on a really good goaltender, no less. That goalie for Marshfield was terrific. We have whistle on the field. It's going to be a Westwood ball, it looks like. No, they're going to start the DS player back. So reset on the position. I feel like this official out here, we've had him for at least 3 or 4 games this year.
As long as he gets the job done.
Well, we've seen him a bunch. He's usually solid. A lot of solid lacrosse officials.
And you know what? There's 100% a shortage of refs in every sport right now.
Yeah,
so
there is. I mean, football, they have to do a certain amount of games on Thursdays because they don't have enough officials to have them all do Friday and Saturday games.
I remember I was a ref in high school. A lot of my friends were refs in high school. I guess it's less popular now.
We saw you reffing like one of my nephew's game. I was here with CJ, and he goes, "Max, that you?" I was here a couple weeks ago, and who do I see reffing the youth league game but Sam Cochran?
I've definitely reffed some players on this Westwood team.
I'm sure you have, yeah.
I don't know if I ref Jaden, but...
Did you get any flack from parents? What was your go-to? Were you like, I'm going to stop you right there? Anything else? Did you give the warning?
Well, you know Westwood parents. They're always going to be very passionate about the sports.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I'd say every game was pretty clean. So
Good. That's a shot from the outside. Goes wide. We'll stay with the Raiders. It was a good effort, though, by Mike the Mailman Murphy. He was trying to pace it out, win that race, but the ball had gone out a little bit sooner than his head start. That shot goes wide. That was good crease control there by Jaden as he was hugging that post and
Yeah, he saw that one
making
all
sure
the way.
that one, you know, he knew that was going wide. But as you said, really nothing to see, nothing to work with. Not going to jinx myself here, hopefully.
Oh.
Ball knocked loose. Owens knocks it loose, still loose, and then Jaden Pollock in the crease able to pick it up. And he'll go near side. Williams got about 30 yards ahead of him, which he'll take that space. And looking for Blaney, gets by him, but back up by Cochran. And ball still trickling loose. A hot potato out there.
A lot of interesting turn. I think we've seen a lot of different types of turnovers here.
Yeah.
Failed passes, failed clears, ground balls.
Yeah, it was Williams had it, and he was looking on that seam pass. And a picked off play there. Wolverine, and then a ball just keeps bouncing out of the stick.
Ground ball by CJ there.
Hancock picks it up. But yeah, the ball's been funky today. Yeah, we see this every now and then, little ground
roll.
ball. Yeah, it keeps it simple. You know, that's what I would do. You know,
Liam Williams loves doing that.
Yeah, I remember
will
you
say.
guys have been doing it for a few years. I remember, you know, it happened in like your sophomore year and your junior year, and it also allows for the oncoming player, like it helps time it as well.
Yep. And especially we saw a play earlier where Ryan Williams couldn't see the ball because of the sun. That's a smart play there.
Oh yeah. So Stuhler behind the net, set up in Gretzky's office, looking for a cutter. Humphrey cutting. Now he's going to go back to the left side. Wolverine's trying to create some space. I think they might have heard what Max was saying. Is trying to get some net front looks, some cutters that were closer to the net. Stuhler working it in. Shot just goes wide.
He had the goalie lost there. I don't know if you
did.
saw that. I think he stepped out
Goalie
thinking
went
it was
left.
a pass.
Goalie went left out of the net. And they're going to start it. Yeah, that ball was towards the flagpole, so we'll start it there.
I will say that was very Syracusean play.
That was very Syracusean.
All the games in the Dome, I kind of understand their offense now, and they run it through Spalina, and Stuhler is playing that role right there.
That point guard
a lot
out
of
there.
cutters in front of the net.
Yeah. And also not afraid to take it to the net either.
Nope.
He'll beat the goalie to the post. Here comes Walsh again. Shot low,
I
save.
think it hit the post.
It took a funky bounce and ended up in the crease for the goaltender to pick it up. And don't blink, folks, but we have already gone through essentially 8 minutes, or just under 8 minutes in the second quarter. Still a one-goal game, 2-1 game, low-scoring game. 4:41 remaining here in the second quarter, and also in the first half.
Yeah, not a lot of whistles. It's a lot of turnovers, but the ball isn't going out of bounds. It's just getting picked up and going the other way, and vice versa.
Hancock looking to get stick on stick. He forces an outside pass. Great job.
They're keeping him far away from the net right now.
Yeah, there's just nowhere to go, and that's a save by Pollock. Hancock caught it, but knocked out of his stick. Loose ball picked up by Walsh. Little swim move, able to create space. He's going to fungo it up to Humphrey. And Humphrey will settle it down. That's how you draw it up. Quick turnover, get it across, settle it. Looks like no substitutions for the Wolverines, so these are the guys going to see draw up this play as the clock is inside 4 minutes. Cochran. He was the first one to get to 100 points this year. Going to cut it inside to Walsh. He can shoot righty and lefty. Same thing with Sesselman. Walsh trying inside shot,
Nice
low
save.
shot, another save. But as you mentioned, a lot of these shots from the outside, getting a look inside, 10-yard mark, 8-meter mark. That's going to be key for the Wolverines, I think, to really start seeing some of those hit the back of the net.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of cluster in front of the net with a lot of quick cuts, maybe some picks, just free up some space right in front of the goalie.
That was kept in bounds. My goodness. It looked close. Dover-Sherborn ball. In a one-goal game. Wolverines up 2-1. Greg Walsh scored the first one to tie it 1-1 in the first quarter. Liam Williams, the only goal here in the second quarter to put the Wolverines up 2-1. Max Pollock, Evan Cardamino, and Morgan Donahue to Delighted to bring Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Lacrosse. TVL matchup. That's shot and saved by Pollock. In a quick
Ooh, that looked
clear. Looked like it clipped him. Did he get clipped on that?
I think he's waving it off. I think his foot might have been step outside the crease.
Oh, Wolverines are looking to move that ball quick, but just a little bit off. A little bit off on those inside passes.
Yep. No sideline balls. Got to go chase it. That one's at Thurston.
that one's at St. Margaret Mary's. Mr. Mao down on the field. We see Tracy Stuhler as well. Always great to see our friends on the field taking some, some memorable photos. Each game is always some great ones. They don't know, these kids don't know, but like 5, 10 years, 20 years from now, those photos are going to be awesome to look at.
Oh, yeah.
Remember some of the memories they made with their best friends. I got a great photo at home. I don't know if you remember, Max, but you guys had a pasta dinner at the Varnerins.
Oh, yeah.
And the picture with Goose Donahue.
Oh, yeah.
Goose
I
Donahue,
remember that.
The
puppy?
Yeah,
when he was still a puppy.
He was a little pup. That is a classic
That was
photo.
a great pasta dinner. I remember that one.
I got a Christmas gift from the Varnerins, and it was that photo framed. So it's a classic in the Donahue household.
Yeah, that went from a pasta dinner to a serious spike ball tournament in the maze. So, but those are the best times. I mean, I came home yesterday for the first time all semester, and the first person I saw was Greg Walsh.
Really?
Not my mom, not Jaden, not my dad. Greg Walsh. Pasta dinner.
Love that. Love that. So a timeout call in the field. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back in a few minutes.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back. Timeout called in the lowest scoring half that I think I've ever seen in a Westwood game that we've ever called.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of these lacrosse games. I don't think I've ever seen 2-1 on the scoreboard. It's also, we started this game around 6:35. It's 7:04, so we've kept this quarter under half hour. Usually it's 45-ish minutes, so a quick game already. But, a lot of turnovers. It's been a fast-paced game. Don't let the score spoil you.
Not much stoppages. But I like these games, where
This one's going to come down to the wire. You can tell. No team can really get in a groove.
I think Westwood finds a way. Westwood finds a way to pull
They always
pull
do.
away.
And especially right now, the way they're controlling the ball makes me think that they're going to figure out how to get the ball in the net.
Yeah. And we haven't seen any penalties. I mean, that's another thing is usually see man-up looks, man-up opportunities. Nothing yet.
Yeah,
from
pretty
either
clean
team.
game.
Yeah.
We saw a couple collisions, but everything's been pretty clean.
Yeah. The Wolverines working it around the infield. Stuhler up top to Cochran.
Under a minute now, you have to imagine they're going to eat it just a little bit to try to find, maybe that goal right before the end of half to put them up 2 points here.
Yeah. If they could go 2 for 1 if they fear.
Got to get the shot clock pass
Great
inside. What a job by Stuhler to hold on it.
Great
up
hesitation.
top to Cochran, who scores. What a goal by Cochran, but what an assist by Stuhler. Could have shot it. Didn't see a great angle. Held on to it. Quick pass to Cochran, who fires it to the back of the net.
Yeah, that hesitation was unselfish. He had the look, said angle was a little too low, spun it around, easy goal.
That is so hard to hold on the brakes on that kind of shot, especially with that look right in front of the, because they want to get the ball as close to the net as they can like that.
Yep.
But to know this might not be the best look, incredible fortitude and awareness by Will Stuhler. And what a rip by doing that, too, allowed Cochran to get a little bit closer to the net to really put some extra zip on that one.
Yeah, and also the slight fake of the Stuhler shot had the goalie a little bit out of position. Another timeout by DS.
I didn't see that. Was the ball coming loose where they're just trying to maintain the possession?
No, I
maybe
think
it's just 25 seconds looking to maximize that.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be it.
Still low scoring, 4 goals.
Yeah.
In one half of lacrosse.
Absolutely. But, like you guys have mentioned, it's been a turnover battle here. The Wolverines have maintained possession. That's what we've seen all season, too. When the Wolverines can control the possession in games, they can have great results. Look at that Needham game just a couple days ago. The thing that really helped them was controlling the game late in the game. They were the ones holding onto the ball the longest, and they came out with an 8-7 win, a hard-fought win. But, that's kind of what you have to look for with this team. And right now, like you said, the Wolverines have done a great job holding onto the ball and getting good looks. And, that goal there with 33 seconds left in the game was brutal for going into half. That's a momentum swing, huge momentum swing for the Wolverines.
No question about it. DS trying to negate that with a goal of their own. They have the ball, they have the clock, and trying to get something in the back of the net to tie this. No, to get within one, excuse me. That would be a major boost for them. As if you were to tell them, hey, you want to be down a goal going into the half, they would say absolutely. I mean, Westwood, one of the top teams in the state. Westwood, a team that has beat multiple top 20 teams this year, and a team coming off of big win versus Needham as well. You take that. But kudos to Dover-Sherborn. They've kept Westwood, a little bit off tonight. But Westwood is always a great adjustment team. Yes, we're going to work
good slide there.
Yeah, great job with the help of Gianni Martucci. That shot goes wide. Going to stay with Dover-Sherborn. Martucci out there. I don't know if he had played lacrosse prior to the season, but this is his first time playing on varsity lacrosse or just lacrosse at the high school. He's been an exceptional short stick D out there. And that ball gets away. Stuhler was lifting the stick up. We do have an infraction.
Back there.
So picked up by Murphy. He's going to shoot it. He had the accuracy, but the goalie was still on the net, and that will do it for the first half. The Wolverines take a 3-1 lead into the first half. Goals by Walsh, Williams, and Sam Cochran. Max, any final thoughts before we take a quick break for the half?
If Westwood can continue to possess the ball and not force bad looks, that's how they're going to win this game. That's what I'm seeing. And if they can keep continuing what they're doing on defense, there's absolutely nothing stopping them from blowing DS out of this game.
No question. Evan.
Like you said, winning the turnover battle is going to be key here, and the Wolverines right now in full control of that. If they can continue to do that and force some turnovers on Dover-Sherborn, they can force them to kind of make some hasty decisions here late in this game. And when you get your opponent on making those hasty decisions, you can control the game with much more ease. So look for the Wolverines to continue to do that late in this game.
Yeah, and I would say the Wolverines have shown why they are one of the best defenses in the league. They only given up 1 goal here versus a pretty solid team. So Wolverines, I think, got to use their athleticism to create some space, get some better looks closer to the net, and really start to get some quality looks at net. So we'll take a quick break, folks. Wolverines up 3-1 at the half. We'll be right back for the start of the second.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
All right, both teams are fired up. You can hear it. Spirited on the sidelines. A 3-1 game as Dover-Sherborn, if you were to tell them, hey, it'll be a 2-goal game going in the second half, they'd say, absolutely, we're ready for a battle. And if you were to say that to the Wolverines, I think they would have said, hey, you know, that's probably not what we're looking for. But the best thing about lacrosse is you have 2 halves.
You know what? I'd say even more importantly, they might be mad it's a 2-goal game, but it's a 3-1 game. It's not like a 9-7 high-scoring game where their offense is rolling and they have to keep scoring to extend the lead. It's just coming out of the net there. Or you go behind the back. Was that a behind-the-back pass there?
I don't know what has been going on.
I don't know.
I think he's saying he's telling him to come back because he thinks it's a turnover on him, and it was going to be a Dover-Sherborn ball. Tough to pick up. I mean, you know, that's the thing with the wings sometimes when you're in traffic is trying to scoop that. Like, the short sticks are ready to whack your stick.
Yeah.
And Hancock took a hit there. That ball got loose. Then how about Paula coming out of the net to just be able to get a stick on it? You know, really good anticipation. Now Dover-Sherborn trying to take advantage, get the first shot of the half, see if they can get to within 1. Wolverine defense have been exceptional. There's nowhere to go. They're keeping it all outside the perimeter. Ryan Owens trying to get there. He does knock it loose. Gets the stick on stick. Pushed ahead. And still pushed ahead by Morrichel, gets across the 50, and then picked up by Stuhler. Ryan Owens, big play for the Wolverines, and the Wolverines able to get the full possession, and they're set up down in the offensive zone. As you see, the shadows are out, so that will be a factor when it comes to the visibility and potentially for the call as well if we can't see the numbers effectively, but so far so good. As Sesselman setting up behind the net, working it towards the net front, passes up top to Walsh. Walsh goes high, and that is going to end up in the swamp. Luckily, they got a couple extra balls, more than a couple extra balls, set up behind the net.
Yeah, Westwood's, they're still going for those step downs, but they're improving the looks, which is good to see. The sun there.
There.
That was the sun.
Definitely a factor there. As Walsh is trying to send it to Stuhler. Stuhler said, my bad. Gotta love the accountability, like when, you know, hey, if it's on me or you, just saying, hey, let's move on, that's my bad. You know, love that. That's leadership right there by Stuhler. And here comes the breakout by DS. Wolverines have been so effective of forcing turnovers. It's Cochran trying to get that stick on stick around the side. A nice job by number 8, able to get it in. We do have a whistle, though. It looks like offside on Dover. That is an unforced error.
Yep.
Can't have that. As Westwood trying to maximize it. A little pass inside. Hancock, fake shot down low. Wolverines score. Humphrey with the goal. Matthew Humphrey, the freshman. We mentioned him at the beginning of the call. Keep an eye on him. He just came up the varsity program about 4 or 5 games ago, and he's a 1 to 2 goal player since then. And an outstanding asset, and what a shot and an assist by Hancock.
Yeah, we had to wait 3 quarters to see a goal off a turnover, and that was picture perfect. Waited for the open man.
Hancock looked like he wanted to shoot there, and that was the right move. Dished it right over to Humphrey, and Humphrey was ready to go under that bar. And that's been a common place for his goals, is right under the crossbar.
I'm liking the unselfish lacrosse from almost everyone on this Westwood team right now.
Same.
A lot of passes,
Yep.
a lot of good decisions. If they don't have a good shot, they're not going to shoot it.
So face-off infraction going to be a Dover-Sherborn ball. Hancock all over. He knows how to use that stick to create a system of you're not going anywhere. And he's got the athleticism to stay in the hip pocket. He makes a check and knocks the ball, loose ball on the ground, picked up by Morrichel. Morrichel to Owens, and Owens has yards ahead. He will take those yards, and then a little drop pass to Dempsey. Beautifully done. Turnover caused by Hancock. Morrichel right there to pick it up. Over to, it looked like Owens, or excuse me, Morrichel went to Dempsey. Dempsey clears it across.
Another good clear from Westwood. It's looking clean right now.
Yep. And they're making what we were talking about was those second half adjustments. I'm sure the message from Coach Todd Zaharik was, this is not good enough.
Yeah.
Not good enough. You know, we know what the ceiling is, and you guys are well below it right now as Wolverines looking to move it around. Add to the goal by Humphrey is that's an unforced error. As the ball hits the turf, but helping out on the defensive side, Ryan Owens. Ryan Owens is trying to send it up ahead and picked up on the bounce by Williams. Really difficult visibility with some of these passes.
Yeah, Westwood's doing a good job of recovering off their errors. They might turn it over, but go an ankle breaker there.
Yeah, nice move by Walsh. He stopped on a dime. Sesselman opening the hips off the side of the net. That looked like it went in for a second. Actually got a quick
crowd
cheer.
pop.
Yeah. But that is off the side of the net. I like what he's doing. He was trying to use the player as a screen. He's been doing that recently and been scoring goals from that by using the players in front of him as that screen. We'll go high, we'll throw a bounce. He'll do a couple different things, so it's not very predictable where it's going to go. And here comes that attack. Ball on the ground. Gets away. It's still loose. Diaz picks it up, but then knocked out of the stick by Sesselman. Just great tenacity by the Wolverines.
And something Coach Z
And
says
we gotta
a
have our
lot.
first flag of the game.
Something Coach Z says a lot is when riding on a clear, spin them.
Yeah.
You want them to spin back around, kill their momentum, and that's when the guy comes over and helps. And that's exactly what they did there. Didn't work out in the end, but got the ball on the ground.
Dover-Sherborn has the ball, and they will go on the man up. It's in our first flag of the game. That ball gets knocked loose, and we'll get a whistle. And they will go on the man up. Looks like the perpetrator is Mike, the mailman Murphy.
Waiting for the call here.
Oh, it's going to be Sesselman. Or is it Williams? It is Liam Williams.
I think I heard slash. That'll be a
Is that
1 minute.
1 minute, okay. And when we hear things like non-releasable, is that usually a 2 minute?
That non-releasable, it can be either 1 minute or 2 minute, but I'd say at this level, you're not going to really get locked in unless it's egregious. So a lot of 2 minute non-releasables.
It's, where you being a referee is a big factor here on the call, Max. I think one of these games you got to put the stripes on.
Yeah.
Just put the stripes on.
I'd
You're
have to
sitting
get
in front-
recertified.
You're sitting in front of the, just to wear it, you know. Hey, it's in case you need to offer an opinion.
You know what? If they need my opinion, I'm always here to voice it. So
Can have you be like our Dean Blandino, rules analyst?
Right.
yeah, I'll be like
Walsh.
Gene Sterator.
Yeah, there you go.
Walsh, did he keep that in? No, they say he
No.
stepped out of bounds. He was tiptoeing over there. We'll whistle. They're going to restart.
We've
set
seen
him up
this a couple times. It's kind of rare.
Yeah,
they're very
dotting
picky
their,
on where
dotting
they're.
their I's and crossing their T's right now.
Yeah, they're very picky on where the restarts are happening.
In my opinion, as long as the team that has the possession, that's what matters most.
Exactly.
Dover-Sherborn working around on the man up. Wolverine defense on the man down has been outstanding. Starts with goaltending. They've had some great goaltending from Jaden Pollock. Morishell knocks the ball loose. Trying to fling it to Pollock. He does. Now Pollock.
Stretch pass.
Oh, a
Hit the
beautiful
cross
pass,
there.
but great job by Greg Walsh to adjust and then pick it up off the ground. And the Wolverines have
Gonna
the
kill
possession.
this
They'll kill
penalty.
the rest of the penalty. They're a team that's not afraid to shoot, though, too. Down a player. If they see the right look, they'll do it. And we are all even. Williams trotting on the field. Here comes Cochran. Cochran working inside. Holds on it. That shot goes wide, but like we said, Stuhler, he's the best at it. Being right behind that net, being the X position ready. He was ready for that shot.
Yeah, that's good awareness there. Also, a great look from Cochran, just missed the net.
It was, yeah. It looked like a Jack Roycroft play. Pass inside. Here comes Williams. Holding on it. Holds in at righty. Sends it up top to Cochran. Cochran trying to evade a defender. Will go the other way, and he scores. Puts that inside the far side post for his second of the game.
That's a good strung-out possession there, and it started with the backup on Cochran's shot there from Stuhler. So Westwood's finding a groove. It would happen. It was going to happen at some point, and happen at a good time.
Absolutely. What a goal. Sam Cochran, his second of the game. That was a rocket from the outside. He went far side too. Love to see that. So the Wolverines, 5-1 lead. They've scored the first two here in the second half. We're already halfway through, more than halfway through. Bama on the dot, win by Dover-Sherborn. Murphy trying to knock that loose. He does, hits the turf and picked up by Mike the Mailman Murphy. He delivered.
This is some of the best defense I've seen Westwood play.
And it's defense, middies, everyone doing it. When you're winning draws and you're getting those turnovers, that's a really good sign.
Yeah.
That possession battle is heavily on your side.
It's just a matter of if they can capitalize off these turnovers.
Yep.
I mean, it's 5-1 right now. They've started to pick it up, but
Yep.
easily could be 10-1 with those saves and some of the unforced errors that we've seen.
Wolverines have scored 5 unanswered, looking to do 6. Blaney in front of the net, shot saved by the Dover-Sherborn goalie. Goes out of bounds.
In the crease, I believe. They're going to give it to DS there.
Oh, yeah, Stuhler had it in his stick, and he drops it. That'll be, I think you're right. Blaney, really athletic kid. He likes that play to take it to the net, you know, and he'll use his vert. He'll use his speed. He had a goal, a Superman-like goal versus Hopkinton. Did you watch that one live when we
I
had
did
it?
not.
Oh, my goodness. Missing out.
Yeah.
That was like a Tuesday night game under the lights. That ball gets loose, and Blaney gets the turnover. He's got a player closing in behind him, knocks him on the ground, and that's a turnover, but there's going to be a flag in the air, and the Wolverines will get the ball back, and they will go on the man up.
First man up for the Wolverines today. We'll see what they can do here, but and it's crazy to say that. The first man up here with 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Got to capitalize here.
Absolutely. Yeah, you mentioned it earlier just a moment ago. You got to give props to the Dover-Sherborn goalie. Like you said, this could be a 10-1 game, maybe 11-1 game with the amount of shots they're getting, but that goalie has kept them in this game so far, and that's why they're still competitive here late in the third as we approach the fourth.
We'll see what Z draws up here for the man up.
So I don't know if you see, but they will put Hancock in the middle on the man up every now and then. I think it's because he can take a pass from behind the net, where how do you defend that when you got a kid who's got a 10-foot pole?
Yep.
So we'll see.
We could also see him bounce. I wouldn't be surprised if he bounces out to like the 23 for a step down if he gets the chance.
We've seen a couple. He scored 2 goals versus Hopkinton, and you'll catch him on the doorstep too. He's not afraid to do a little.
That's where he is right now.
A little shake and bake. Ava Connaughton used to do that, where she'd be on the goal. She'd fake shot, then shoot. And moving it really nice. Stuhler inside. That ball gets knocked loose.
Nice check
Great
there.
play there by number 7 to knock that loose and scooped by the Dover-Sherborn goalie.
DS could definitely get some momentum here if they.
Oh, that ball locked loose. Stuhler able to knock it loose. Cochran picks it up. Great effort by Will Stuhler. It's almost, when you see a Westwood player cause a turnover or are the ones to turn it over, they're the ones that get most emotional about trying to get that ball back. And Stuhler right there, able to get one back for the effort. He was a man on a mission, able to do so.
Yeah, I mean, cause turnovers might not be a kept stat in the scorebook, but, ground balls are. So
yeah.
They love the ground balls.
We saw the CTOs on the score sheets, which is great.
Oh, really?
Here comes Sesselman working inside. That shot, he scores. Will Sesselman, 2 points away from 100. And he scores the Wolverines' 6th goal.
One short side there, surprising, or yeah, stick side there, surprising.
Yes.
Being how
He's done it a lot. It's been a comfortable look for him, but like I've said, any goalie that's watching film on him, he'll go high as well. So you don't know what he's going to do, but he'll also take it right to the net. So he's keeping them guessing, but great goal for the Wolverines. 6 unanswered after they went down 1-0 to start the game. And they score their 3rd goal of the 3rd quarter to lead the 3rd quarter 3-0 and to take the 6-1 lead. Minute 39 remaining here in the quarter.
I think we're going to start to see an influx of goals here from Westwood.
Yeah.
They possessed the ball for a majority of this quarter.
Oh, another great
defense is tired.
Another great feed by Bama on the dot. Scooped up by Blaney. He hands it off to Owens. Wolverine's going to have to hurry to get this ball across.
He might just fire it.
Yeah, they got to get rid of it. Too much time. Imagine 5 seconds if I'm internal clock in my head. Hancock knows that he's got to get into that 30, and he does. So great job by the Wolverines. You know what? Hey, sometimes you gotta risk that, knowing you're doing the right play, because that's going to be you could turn the ball over guaranteed if you force something. But you know what? If you're waiting for things to open up, lanes to open up, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, we got just over 50 seconds here. I'd say they're gonna go at they might go now.
Yeah. Oh, a little behind the back pass. Hit a body.
I'm surprised they went for it there, because if DS scores here, that's a huge momentum shift going into the 4th.
Yeah. But you know what? The Wolverines' defense has been outstanding.
We got a flag on Liam Williams for a slash in the back there. DS bench wanted it, and they got it.
Will be a 2nd penalty of the game. DS looking to get some kind of momentum going. They scored within the first couple minutes. Haven't scored since. That shot goes over the net. Is that a crease violation?
Yeah, it's still going to be DS ball off the flag.
But they're going to call the flag now, though? Or yeah.
Yeah.
So the flag is going to be called now. DS will go on the man up. And you're right. I think it was Liam Williams. Hancock going to come out, help out on the man down. As Wolverines have done a good job on the man down. They've been able to cause turnovers and then eat that clock.
Yeah, this game has flown by. Not a lot of whistles, but it's because the ball's been kept in bounds on the ground, and Westwood's doing a good job of possessing it, especially this quarter. They're getting the goals now.
Really impressed by the young D. So, when you think about who's going to be the next Ryan Williams, who's going to be the next Ryan Salvage, your Ryan Hughes.
Yep.
Outstanding D. And my goodness, Ryan Owens playing terrific. How about Declan Murphy? J.D. Morshall, only a sophomore. So the future is so bright for these Wolverines, especially on defense.
Yeah, they're gritty. That's a word that I'd use to describe them.
They get after it, yeah.
Yeah, they're not afraid of getting in front of the shot and getting some contact. Looks like
you're gonna start it.
Yeah, start it at the line.
8 seconds. So let's see what
it's gonna be tough to get it in 8 seconds.
Now, does the ball stay with them after 8 seconds to start the 4th quarter, or will there be a face-off? I think they're going to hold on to it because I think they will have the possession. Yeah. So if I'm right, which I may not be right, they will keep the ball to start off the 4th quarter because of the man up.
Yeah, and Westwood's got to turn this ball over because one goal could easily flip this game around.
Yes.
So.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Wolverines, 3 goals in the 3rd quarter to take a 6-1 lead. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back for the 4th.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Dover-Sherborn, as we had predicted, they'll start off with the ball. Possession while they're still on the man up, so smart play by them. Don't force the shot. You know, you don't want to do two things. You don't want to force a shot if it's not there, but also have the opportunity where you have to go to a face-off to start off the quarter and could potentially lose it. So they want to maximize this possession. It starts with 1 to try and cut into the 5-goal lead the Wolverines have. But the Wolverines doing what the Wolverines have been doing all day, knocking the ball loose and the ball all the way across the 50. And I think it's going to be a Westwood ball. Not sure what the call was, but maybe a Ward?
You know, it might be too early to say this, but right now it's been a masterclass on defense for Westwood. That first goal was...
Where do you rank this? You've seen a bunch of defenses. You might have some bias. You know, little bro is the brick wall.
This is I think the most put together defensive game I've seen.
So the most complete.
Play.
Most complete. Okay.
It's not just on
the defensive
on
middies.
the defensive 50. It's the middies. It's even the
Stuhler
attack.
Out there. Yeah, Stuhler causing a turnover. Humphreys trying to get that over to Sesselman, but well positioned is Ferreira coming on. Not claimed yet as that ball or a stick knocked out of Ferreira's hands and then picked up by Dover-Sherborn. I think Sesselman had thought he was going to be offsides if he was going to try and pick that up. So smart play not to gamble with that. Also, some pretty good trust in his D.
Morgan, a little weather advantage for the Wolverines. The sun is setting out at the start of this fourth quarter, and Jaden Pollux now has some shade in the third quarter. He also had the shade. There's more shade on this side of the field, on the right side of the field for our viewers. And the Dover-Sherborn goalie was battling with this light.
Oh, what a stick there by Declan Murphy.
That might have just saved a goal. He was wide open, about 15 yards out.
That was Don Varnerin type stick right there, and that is going to be a turnover.
Ooh.
Was that a push?
Nope.
Westwood ball. That was a Don Varnerin off-ball type stick play.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the defense is surprising me right now. I haven't seen a good look from DS in a couple quarters.
Here comes Sesselman, 2 away from 100. Todd Zahur told me a line that was just diabolical one time, not in terms of what he said, but in terms of the concept. But he said, if you were going to play defense against Don Varnerin, you have to put a guy on him when he's off ball.
Yeah,
and that is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard, but it's true. Is he picks those off, and you got to mitigate him by having a guy on him when you have the ball.
Yeah, he caused havoc on defense.
You remember that goal he had where the goalie just tried to clear it and he was right there and caught it right in front of the goal?
I forget who we played then, but I do remember that.
I think that was the Dedham Norwood.
Oh, is that the game where he got slashed?
He had
that was
injury and he came back, but the goalie was trying to clear it and he was right there just trying to do his thing and he caught it clean, and not only did he catch it clean, he did a little quick move too, just a little fake shot and then shot, and made it look like he had the short stick in his hands.
You know what? That might have been Burlington. I don't know.
No, because I missed that one. We were covering the girls' game, and I could hear the roars in that game. That game was at the multi. Well, we had the girls' game here, and I could tell it was a great game going on.
You know what? Westwood always gets a good showing for lacrosse. And it's great because the sport's growing.
It's growing here in the town of Westwood. The youth program has never been more popular. They just won a state championship last year in the 6th grade team. To beat Hopkinton, no less. So some good, TVL future rivalries going on at the youth level.
Yeah.
Also great to see some siblings. Sebi O'Brien out there, the younger brother to Max, and Ben O'Brien. You played with both.
Yeah. Ben's graduating this year, so.
Wild.
Yeah.
Coach Ben in hockey.
You know what? They had great IQ in every sport they played. Yeah. They knew what they were doing.
Ben could shoot the ball. He had a rocket. Max could shoot. Max knew how to get in front of the net and make things happen.
His game was based off of what he could do in front of the net because his stick work was so smooth.
Quick shots.
And the goalie Almost couldn't see it.
Fun player to coach, fun player to watch. Big time goal versus Norwood, overtime winner in hockey. Had some big playoff goals in the playoffs the year before versus Whitman Hansen. Sesseman looking to get 99. His shot gets deflected, goes loose. And a little ricochet.
Almost an own goal there.
Yeah, a little ricochet action. And DS going to work up the near side. They have some room. It's going to be a free walk into the Westwood zone. Westwood going to set up the D as they have a couple adjustments. Gio Sagbini out there. Keep an eye on him. Fan favorite, number 2. He's been a great player for the Wolverines on the defensive side. Short stick D, him and Gianni Martucci. John Quinn was a similar player last year. Plugged him right in, and he was getting big minutes and big games.
Yeah, in the past couple of years, I've noticed that there's been a lot of converts from maybe not even playing a spring sport to maybe moving from baseball to lacrosse, but the game is growing, and it's not just in Westwood, it's all over.
Well, look at Ferreira. Ferreira was a player in 8th grade, and then one of the most prestigious soccer players to come through program history in the last decade plus.
Nice play there by Ryan Owens, keeping the ball safe.
Beautifully done. And Trevor Ferreira has been a major presence for the Wolverines this year on the midfield. He's like a Ryan Pizzuto out there when it comes to helping out on defense, and his speed and footwork to be able to clear on his feet. Oh, Jaden going up top. We got a whistle. Is that too much time?
Yeah, looks like failure to... Oh, no. Oh, moving the ball up. Might have been failure to advance.
Yeah. Jaden was going on the 40-yard seam pass.
Yeah, he
so
loves
good with
those.
He's good. He does it off a cradle nonetheless too. He loves the right off the cradle.
One of these times he's gotta go all the way down and score.
Oh, yeah.
I think we'll see it before.
Got his first goal, and that's a look and a goal by Dover-Sherborn. Their first goal since the opening minutes in the game to make it a 6-2 game.
Yeah, I mean, this game is nowhere near from over. Lacrosse is that kind of sport.
Yep.
You can have a big lead, and that lead can disappear.
That was a nice look. The Dover-Sherborn player, smart, took that space and then went to the net and found it opening inside the post. So 5:47 remaining here in the game. Westwood up 6-2. Very strategic, tactical game thus far. Bama right back to the dot. He's got Walsh up top, Mike Murphy down low. Oh, great job by Bama. Just
It's a huge win there.
know?
They're going to want to kill some clock here. I don't think we're going to see a shot for a little bit.
They were killing a little bit of clock early on in the start of this fourth quarter. You know, they had a good, solid 3 to 4 minutes of just kind of running around the zone. But like you said, I think you're going to see them take the shots if they're there. But, you know, kill the clock, run around a little bit, and try to run this thing down to 2 to 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, that dodge there, like it looked like he wanted to, but that was a dodge to pass there. They're just going to keep spinning it unless they get an open look like that.
Oh, my goodness. Where do we start? Max, you start with that one.
Yeah, I mean, as I said before, you let him get his hands free and something bad's going to happen. And that's exactly what just happened. Let the hands free right, I'd say 13 yards, just center.
It's just not even fair.
And great response by the Wolverines there, too. You know, you let up a goal here, you have some momentum for Dover-Sherborn, and come right back with a great response by Ryan Williams. That's what Liam Williams, excuse me. That's what he does best. And like we said, took the shot that he liked. You said it. He got his hands open there, and it was a great goal from Liam.
That one was zippity-doo-dah on the zip radar. That was an absolute rocket. Right-handed shot by Liam Williams. 7th goal for the Wolverines. His 2nd of the game. He ended up...
Two big wins. Oh.
He scored the 2nd of the game, and he scored the 7th of the game. And we have a loose ball still on the turf. 50-50 ball. Scooped up by DS. Hancock's not going to allow a free pass as he is going all over, stick on stick. Gets it on the turf. Picks it up. Hancock with the turnover. He looked to Pollock for a second, but able to go up the seam to make those plays on a split second. Pretty impressive. Humphrey back up top. Cochran to the back of the net.
It's a great goal.
Started with the turnover or the face-off. It was a great battle. Dover-Sherborn picked up the loose ball. Hancock gets it on the turf. He looked at Pollock for a second but said, you know what, I have this opening. Took that opening, sent it upfield, and then tic-tac-toe, Cochran to the back of the net for the 8th goal.
Yeah, with the amount of turnovers that Westwood's defense has caused, you knew a fast break goal was coming, and that was good. That was perfect.
And the Wolverines starting to pull away, 8-2. It was a 3-1 game at the half. They have outscored Dover-Sherborn 5-1 in the second half. Great adjustments from the white and green. That ball somehow makes it through a couple legs and then ends up in the crease, picked up by Pollock. Pollock over to Williams. Williams going to look upfield. He's going to go across the field up to Owens. Owens and a laser.
That was picture perfect.
That's
the drill they run in practice there.
Yeah. I mean, that's not easy to do with the long sticks.
Looks like you got a...
You always try by body language. Is it a timeout call?
Don't think so.
No.
I didn't see anything
No one's
obvious.
moving.
The near
I don't
side
know what's going on.
offside. Near side official saying offside on Westwood. It's funny. Some of these gestures are completely different gestures in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, so he's doing chop block look for offside. So offside on Westwood. DS will have it. They have to score 6 goals in the next 4 minutes to try and tie it. They'll have to keep the ball out of their net as well. Big task to ask. As Mike Welby would say, the Wolverines have the scoreboard on there. You got to beat the Wolverines and you got to beat the scoreboard at the same time. That ball knocked loose. Murphy knocked it on the turf, picked right back up by Dover-Sherborn. Dover-Sherborn working it down low. Younger brother Mike Murphy there. All over it. Shot and a goal. Dover-Sherborn able to score, and they'll get their 3rd one of the game to make it 8-3 Westwood.
Yeah, that was a good roll. He beat the defender at around GLE, goal unextended, and snuck it by short side.
Yeah, able to get that one in. They needed that. That gets them within 5. 3:30 now remaining.
Starting to look like a lacrosse game now. 8-3.
Yeah.
8-3 more like it.
But Brett Bama, we got to give him a shout out. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, especially after
Great
that second goal from DS. Big win that turned into a goal.
He said himself in the interview after the Needham game that he needed to be better. You know, to have that accountability, to call yourself out, that's what winners do. You know, and he said didn't play great in the previous games, and he took that personally and worked on it.
You know what? He's filling a role that's hard to fill with Tim Malloy.
Oh, yeah.
And might have a penalty here.
Oh, we're going to have some words. Nope.
No, I think they're friends.
It is, yeah.
CJ Hancock just made a friend after that one.
A couple long sticks. Yeah, they might have been exchanging some cooking recipes. As the ball knocked loose, picked up by Hancock.
I think he wants to finish the recipe.
He does. A little one-hop pass over to Walsh. Walsh working in. Shot. That hit a body.
On it. Good stick by 18 on Dover-Sherborn there. Got right in the lane.
Yeah, knocked that loose. Dover-Sherborn, ball back in their stick. They just scored the most recent one to get within 5. Under 3 minutes remaining. 2:51 to be exact.
They're going to have to make some
hurry
quick.
Here. You know, they're taking their time. Ooh, that was a
great pass.
Great pass. Thread the needle there. Owens trying to knock it loose. That shot goes off the side of the net. We'll stay with Dover. We'll try it again. Liam Williams in the hip pocket. He's like a defensive back out there with his athleticism.
I'm surprised they're not going straight to the net. I'm surprised they're not dodging off every pass.
Oh,
off the post there.
Post.
It's going to take a perfect bounce.
I think Westwood's defense has just made them feel defeated.
Yeah.
Sesselman going for the open net, and he scores.
Yeah, took advantage of the 10-man ride there. Goalie out of the net, saw it from 45 out.
So his 99th point of his career on a 45-yard goal. Will Sesselman, his second of the game.
You think it's on his mind now with 1:56 left in this game?
They might put him on an attack. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think you got to put him out. Yeah,
Oh,
he's staying out
yeah,
there.
there you go.
Keep an eye on Evan. Get the camera on him. We're going on Sesselman watch right now. 99. Plenty of time. Minute 56. A 45-yard goal.
I wouldn't be surprised if every pass goes to him.
Yes.
For the rest of this game.
Starts with a big face-off. Dover-Sherborn has the advantage of the ball near them, but Hancock
one-handed there.
Make that look easy, and the Wolverines have the ball. Keep an eye on 16. He's up top. Hancock looking to shoot. That one goes above the net. Will go out of bounds.
That one.
And that will stay with Westwood a minute 42.
That might have been a possession shot.
There
I think
he
you
is.
saw
I think
Cochran
so,
back
yeah.
there.
There's 16.
You help set it up to get it to Sesselman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to
Oh, and Sesselman looking to
a
create some
double.
space. Little pass inside.
nice handle there.
O'Brien. O'Brien down low. Humphrey right back up top to Walsh. Walsh, he's got a hundo. Such an impressive junior class. A lot of production. And they're not done yet.
I'll wait to see if something can develop.
Humphrey working inside. Pass up top to Walsh. Here's Sesselman working inside. Going to pass it back to Walsh. Walsh opening the hips up. Shot. That goes wide.
50 on the
Clock
clock
will
here.
stop at 50. I'm going to restart.
The refs are very picky on where they're starting
Yeah.
these. Normally they don't,
There's
as
a
long
ball
as
in
they're
the field, I think.
in the general. Oh,
Yeah, very particular. Very particular. OCD.
yeah. I mean, normally you'll just see them anywhere in the vicinity of where the ball went out. They'll start it up, but
Yeah,
you know, attention to detail is important.
no question
They're
about
doing
it.
a good job.
Humphrey, the freshman.
Kept the game
Is that what
very
you call
clean
it?
as
Is that what
well.
you call a skip pass right there?
Yeah, skipped right over Sesselman, who's
Yeah.
looking for 100 here.
Sesselman going to go sidearm.
Might just kill the clock here.
It's going to remind me of Jack Roycroft when he was looking for his 100th goal, and we stayed late, and he saved it for the next game. And Sesselman just going to walk it off. You see
No,
a
he
look?
mi- he might
here we
go for it.
Maybe a lefty look.
him one.
Working inside, looking to shoot, holding, shot off the crossbar.
Almost had it.
Oh, that's going to do it. We'll have to wait till the next one, but what a finish as Sesselman was looking to stare down 100, but the Wolverines, more importantly, with a 9-3 win over TVL Dover-Sherborn, a TVL team that Evan, I think, was 9-2 coming into today's game.
9-3 coming into today's game, and what an impressive win for the Wolverines. You know, this is a team that we saw a huge defensive improvement. We watched that Needham game. It was a great win for the Wolverines, but that was off their offense and, you know, finding their groove late. This game, you saw their defense step up huge.
Massive.
And it's a big reason why they won against a really impressive Dover-Sherborn team that falls to 9-4 on the year. But overall, a huge win for the Wolverines as we continue to progress towards the MIAA playoffs.
Yeah, they don't ask how, they ask how many. You know, it wasn't the cleanest game for Westwood. A lot of errors that could have been fixed, but you know, it's a step in the right direction. The way they played that second half, put up a lot of goals, had a lot of good possessions, and that defense again kept it strong, and held DS to 3 goals.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it here from Flay High Field. Wolverines 9-3 winners over Dover-Sherborn. From Evan Cardamino, Max Pollock, I am Morgan Donahue. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you all again soon.